Hey y'all, what's going on? Okay, let's talk about Married to Medicine. Okay, I did do a video before this, but the phone rang a couple of times and I stopped and I just said, I'm gonna start it over. Anywho, I am so glad to see Married to Medicine is back. Welcome back, Quad. Welcome back, honey, because I needed to see something different and see my girl back on the screen, honey. Y'all know that I live for Quad and it is what it is, honey. Anywho, she's back fabulous as ever, doing her thing with the little doggy clothes and stuff. And girl, I'm still, but yet trying to get me some of them good Quad clothing for my bougie, which is a cockapoo. That's my baby. Anyway, so let's see where we want to start at. It really wasn't, I was looking forward to it coming on. I was, happy about it coming on, but it was just okay. You know what I mean? It was just okay. Things as usual. Toya's as tacky as ever. She done moved in her house and decided, and y'all, I'm not going blow by blow, just shit that's on my mind about this episode. She's decided they've moved in a beautiful home and it is big and she's so happy and all of that. And she has decided that she wants to have her party. And she said, what good is it having this big house if I cannot show it off to the, you know what I mean? Like, I can't, show them that I got this big ass house. Okay. Yet again, letting me know that your ass is tacky as hell. But I will say this, kudos to your husband and all that he has done and all his accolades, baby, and all of that has put you in the large home. You are blessed in that sense, but as usual, you still trying to prove yourself. It's like, I got to prove that I'm not just tagging Toya from around the block. Well, girl, the more shit you do, the tackier the shit gets. Bitch, who drives a motherfucking ambulance on their lawn? Like, I'm not here for it. And you going through all of that and why haven't, and your husband's like, we doing this, we got more bills and this and that and other, so we have to kind of tighten in the reins a little bit, and I need to know exactly what you're spending. You want to have this party and shit, like, girl, get some motherfucking word. All of this house and what I and we, and you still trying to prove yourself. But bitch, at this late in your life, bitch, and you still trying to prove shit, you might want to rethink that shit. See, your claim to fame would be, what you really should be talking about is your beautiful children, this and that and other. But, and you did. And they are beautiful children. Your husband being a doctor, this and that and other. But you never miss out on a chance for you to talk about how many coins and what size house you in and this and that and other. But baby, didn't he get you together when he said, well, the house and, them in private school and this and that and other, where you was trying to paint this one picture. He was painting the picture of, yes, we have been blessed to get here, but to maintain this, bitch, you might want to pull it back. But let's move forward. Okay, you're going to have this party. Now, at this point, I'm wondering if you're going to invite Dr. Simone, which I really think she should be like, who gives a fuck? Like, why would you even want to be around her? Like, y'all don't even need to be around each other. I don't get it. You're not even in the same lane. It is what it is. Okay, moving forward. Now, with that said, let me go ahead and bring Simone in, honey. She's still kind of talking about, she said things are going better. She's got more patience. She's catching more babies, and she is still her. But not as stressed as she had been. But girl, I've seen some clips putting it on down the road. It looks like you do. And like you said in this, why is it that Toya gets under your skin like that? If you really do believe what you say, that this bitch is not even in your lane, why are you even giving her a second? Because the only thing to do for a bitch like Toya is to just act like she doesn't even exist. Just be cool with your colleague. And that's who? Someone of your peers. And that's who? The doctor. Fuck tacky Toya and whatever she's doing. Yes, she said what she said about your child, and I thought that was harsh. But on the same token, you said with your raggedy ass baby, if I never hear raggedy ass again, you gave me everything I needed with that, honey. The look on Tacky's face, baby, You could have bought that bitch for a wood nickel, and I was tickled motherfucking pink. Anywho, but with that said, when you get to throwing out shit and saying shit, you know, and expect to hear certain shit back. And of course, she said what she said. I don't feel she should have said it in front of the child. I don't think y'all should have been arguing in front of the child, period. But that's last season. Let's move forward. So you kind of moving on in your life, and you look like you're pretty happy. You and Dr. Jackie are on the same page as usual, other than when it comes down to the eating and this and that and other. And since we talked about Dr. Jackie, let's go on and usher her in, because y'all know I love Dr. Jackie too. She is, you know, things are the same. She just is in love with her husband and this and that and other, you know. And she wants to implement this weight loss plan with her trainer, because she feels that they think that she's just into being slim and not being healthy, which I never got that impression. But with that being said, last season, the way you came off with that woman in there, it was, you know, it was off kilter. But you apologize. But of course, Dr. Heavenly was in her feelings some motherfucking way. Which, who gives a fuck? Anywho, so you want to have him pull some things together. You pulled out some pictures, and I said, let the shade begin. And then when you got to Dr. Heavenly, and you was a little shady, Dr. Jackie. Anyway, let's move forward. So we had that. Somewhere in the midst of this, somehow Simone and Heavenly then became friends and real close, and I guess they riding together, and Dr. Simone's son's in the back, and Lil Heaven is sitting back there as grown as the day is long. Her mama said, what should I go as for as a costume? She said, yourself. That's scary enough. Did y'all see how her little grown little cabbage ass was sitting back there? Heavenly, listen, you want to try to come off as a broad that has it all together, but I would say this: if you can't get your motherfucking kids under control, then bitch, I might get you to go back to the motherfucking drawing board. Now, she's cute as a button, but she's too fucking grown. Sitting back there with them legs crossed like she's 16 or 17 or whatever, and telling you, you scary baby. I would have pulled that motherfucking car over and I'd have beat her ass, got back in the driver's seat, and persist to drive home. And she better not have said a word, honey. And I do mean that. She was just being too grown. Anyway, Dr. Simone, she's really not invited to Tacky's shit. And at some point when Tacky Toya and her husband was going back and forth, he was like, you know, invite her. And she's like, well, I got to be the bigger person. Bitch, you're never that. But, you know, he wants to invite her. You know, they need to network. Okay. As far as his views or whatever. Okay, so y'all gonna do that. So y'all gonna go to the shit or whatever. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, and it's time to get into Nicole, the shit, the bitch, and the clothes, and this whole shit going on between her and Quad, and this damn background check and this and that and other. Bitch, whatever you was trying to feed to that queen that you married to, honey, I was not picking up on it. I was not picking up on what your reasoning was. And you changed your story twice. First, you said you was going to be in business with her, and that's the reason why you did it. Then, later on, when you all at Tacky's house, you say something completely different. Now, your husband's trying to get you to shut what they call the fuck up, because he don't want y'all good dirt. Y'all good dirt out in the street. And he know he still got some ravens and gazelles and bones and shit in the closet, because he cheated how many times, bitch? And that's the shit you was willing to talk about. Finally, bitch, we all know, as usual, you don't tell everything. You keep, you know, some things, you know, because you got to know just as good. And when y'all had that scene, I already knew before I seen the scene where Quad said she was gonna run her shit. I already knew that she was gonna run your shit. He wants the shit to stop, but you want to go on. He walks up from your ass and this and that and other, and that's it. And girl, please tell me, where is it that your clothes are for sale at? Because I tried to find the things, but I couldn't. You know, just, you know, to see the quality of the things and this and that and other. Now, bitch, right about now, you probably feel like, well, you're not the kind of bitch that would wear my shit anyway. That's high end or whatever. Okay, bitch, keep hope a motherfucking lie. Okay? And don't judge a motherfucking book by its cover, bitch. That don't mean I don't know what good garments are, okay? And I tried to look for your shit, Bergdorf, Saks, Nordstrom's, you know, these types of things. Lord and Taylor. Bitch, I looked at Dillard's, Macy's. Should I be looking in not Kroger's, but Kmart? Just clear me somebody tell me where I can find the shit at. Now, I'm all for sister making it or whatever, but bitch, you just got a bad taste in my mouth just by the way that you've done things. And I feel you a shady bitch, and I believe you a thirst trap. You are looking for any type of camera moment that you can get. But we're going to move forward. Now, that brings us to Quad Honey, yes. She gets out of her car, honey, in them good green shoes, give you what you want, get ready to go to the photo shoot. She's in there talking about she gonna slay and this and that and other and what she gonna do. And of course, y'all, the whole time, I was like, come on, Quad. And you know I was looking at the dogs like, because I'm a dog lover. But girl, I'm still but yet trying to give my bougie some of them good Quad puppet clothes and one of them good beds. Yeah, my baby. Now, I call her my grandbaby, which is the only one I got. It's my son's cockapoo, but honey, I'm in cockapoo, but I'm in love with her, and that's my baby, and that's it, honey. And surely you got some things for a cockapoo, honey. I know you do. And Bougie is just the type that needs to be in it, baby. Her real name is Milan, but I call her Bougie because she just a little bougie. Anywho, moving forward, that's enough of Bougie. Y'all know any moment I get to talk about my Bougie, I'm going to talk about her. And there's a phone in good fashion. Anywho, so... okay, you doing that, they getting together, they had her, and you was like, maybe I feel like doing this and this and that and other. And I'm like, come on, Quad. Y'all just live for Quad. That's it. That's it. That's all, honey. So moving forward. Okay, now let's get into this fiasco of the damn Halloween party and whatever she's doing, half skeleton, whatever. It was to come sexy and she wanted zombies and all of these things. And you know, she's pulling the place together, and her husband said, as usual, she's somewhere getting together, and I'm here doing the last minute shit. Yeah. You know, and I was like, well, I ain't gonna throw no shade at that, because my husband might say some shit like that too. You know. Anywho, y'all, plus I'm having, I keep having hot flashes. I can't stop having them, y'all. I'm over it. Anywho, so... okay, girl. So everybody comes. You have this prescription for everybody. I'm trying to think of what everybody was. You was what you was. And let me see. Now, what's her name? Nicole come in there as the police officer or something. And you said, or somebody said some shit about she had to change it and didn't even come right or whatever. And then later on down the road, that same bitch was talking about Quad being there as the showgirl, and you know she's always giving shows and this and another. Bitch, you seem to be the most theatrical boom boom. For real. And I caught the motherfucking shade in your motherfucking outfit too, bitch. I caught the shade. Whether nobody caught it or not, bitch, but I caught it. So being in line with this motherfucking shit that you done to Quad and getting a background test and, check and all of that, bitch, I caught the shade. You know, okay. It's duly noted. Moving forward, let me see. Dr. Jackie, she kind of came similar to the same as what Tacky was. And then Dr. Simone was, her and her husband had, it was something to do with golf, and the golf ball was swinging their head or whatever. Now, as everybody came in, they got prescriptions for what was wrong with them. And Dr. Jackie was like, compulsive and what? You know, just shade all the way around the board. You know, and then for Dr. Simone, out of control, this and that and other, she turns her shit up and throws that shit away or whatever. Here comes Tacky playing like she gives a fuck about them being there, saying who did it better. Dr. Jackie's husband said, my wife, you know, which of course he was going to say that. They kiki. Simone's sitting back like, Lord, why am I here? And this is why I want to have a moment with you, Simone. Again, I would say this, why are you even giving Tacky any time? Like, you don't have to work with her or whatever, other than on the show. But I would just really look at Tacky with this blank face every time I seen her. Like, you know, I wouldn't give the bitch nothing beyond that. With that said, I don't understand this whole thing of people coming to your house and you don't like the bitch, but yet you came to the house. Fuck that. You know, but I guess in y'all hardy-tardy ass scene, you can hate a bitch and still go to her house. You know, where I, on the other hand, might be like, you know what? I'm not going on this bitch's motherfucking turf where she know where every motherfucking knife or weapon is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. You know, but y'all played along and y'all on the show together. Meanwhile, here comes Quad, and honey, she comes up as a showgirl. She was like, I am not about to be no zombie. These bitches are not getting ready to catch me slipping, and I don't blame you. And you know, shit, it's a costume party, so let them come in whatever costume they want to. Meanwhile, Dr. Heavenly's running around talking about she got a daddy complex and she might like to get whooped with that motherfucking coffee cup. Bitch, who are you fooling with that? Like, y'all, it throws me every time she calls him daddy. But we're going to move forward. So, she got the coffee cup. Yada, yada, yada. Girl, you was slurred about 15 minutes into it. Okay. At one point, they was talking about the food. There was no vegetables. And, of course, there was Dr. Simone talking about this, the sausage, the wings, and which it was kind of tacky. There was no salads or nothing. No finger food, no. But we'll move forward. That just attests to you constantly trying to say that you're not tacky, but yet you're still being a tacky bitch. You know, but it is what it is. Okay. Because clearly, if somebody came to your party with all the stage people that was there, it may have been a vegan there. There could have been a vegetarian. There could be people there that only eat chicken, don't eat beef, this and that and other. You should try to have a variety when you're having a dinner party or something of that nature. Then at one point you was like, drink up. Like you wanted them to turn up, and they really was kind of looking like, Nicole was like, ooh, that's strong. But bitch, when you got to force a motherfucker to do, that just leads me to believe that your shit was boring. But we're going to move forward. Now, we go to the back of the house or whatever. Quad is explaining what happened with Lisa Nicole and what she did and this and that and other. Of course, every time she tries to say something, Tacky breaks in there. Quad finds out she done told everybody. Of course, Dr. Heavenly is trying to take up for and this and that and other one. Bitch, it had nothing to do with you. You was just there sitting. So sip that good Henny out of that damn cup and be still. Tacky kept breaking in, wouldn't let Quad speak and say what she had to say. She was like, basically what she found was shit you already knew about. About this time, here comes Lisa, Nicole, whatever the fuck. She's coming to say why she did this and that and other, and this is when she changes her story. She says, you were like asking me to be like your mentor. But bitch, you said at first you was getting ready to go on her business and this and that and other. And she caught you in your shit. But as usual, tacky ass Toya and Heavenly and this and that and other, can't no other bitch see what's obvious. Y'all gonna roll with whoever. Y'all, oh God, y'all can have Tacky and Heavenly. I'm sorry, y'all can have them. I have tried my best to like Heavenly, but I cannot. She just throws me. Okay, moving forward. So words is going back and forth, and then Tacky says some shit, you know, and Quad really said some shit that stood out amongst these women, and it stood out to me because she said, with these women, there's, you know, basically no loyalty or whatever, and they gonna be that way. And it was like collectively all of them, you know. So I don't know if it's gonna be issues down the road between Jackie and Simone and her, but you know, I think they kind of try to stay out of it in a way. Okay, so she's saying what she's saying, then Toya says something, and then Simone's like, go ahead, Toya, say what you, because you know she got to say it. Toya's talking about you, you said this, and you said that I was threatening and this and that and other, whatever, about the whole trying to hit her, this and that and other. Simone said anybody who says that they gonna act like they're gonna try to hit me or whatever, you are. You know, I guess being a thug or whatever. Words go back and forth. Simone hops up and said, I'm not gonna let you or nobody else put their hands on me. And of course, this is when Tacky has to get up and say, well, she got to say Heavenly is meddling as usual. And they just kind of trying to keep them apart. You know, for a second there, Heavenly says something. And she said, I think she said she's not where she knows she ain't getting ready to do nothing to her, whatever the case may be. And this is when I decided and made up in my mind that I don't understand how you could go to tacky ass Toya's house. You know this bitch does not like you. And with that said, you do not like her. So, and then trying to tell Miss Jackie Tacky that she shouldn't have nothing to say, but bitch, you was trying to overtalk Quan, like, bitch, get you some motherfucking where to be. Like I said, I always trying to act like you ain't a certain way, bitch, but signs always go back to tacky ass Toya. Tacky Toya. Tacky ass bitch. And you are, bitch. I'm just, you know, you are a many thing as far as I'm concerned, and you just a messy bitch. Heavenly's a messy bitch. As quiet as it's kept, she's a messy bitch. Nicole, Lisa Nicole, whatever, she's a messy, nervous bitch. Hoping to God her man ain't cheating on her, whatever. But needless to say, Simone leaves, fuck them, and this and that and other. She ain't dealing with it. So they kind of go into what the next scene, some scenes is gonna, you know, happen or whatever. And you see Simone's husband and Tacky Toya's husband try to get them together. And I understood what she was saying to her husband. Don't put me in settings where, you know, I'm going to fail. But here's the thing, Toya. I mean, not Toya, not Tacky. Simone, how is it that you will fail with a bitch like Toya? Like, I don't understand it. Why are you giving her so much energy and time? You know, I don't get it. It's not like you work with the bitch. You know, and I do understand you saying you don't want your husband to put you in that and this and that and other, and he should have let it the fuck go. When your wife say, if I say to my husband, I'm not fucking with, that's all about knowing your motherfucking spouse. He knows me. If it's a bitch I'm not fucking with, and there's a possibility that it could go the fuck down, and I say to him, I can't be, then he's gonna roll with that. Y'all two as men can hang out as much as you want to, but it's not gonna be a couple things. Take it for that. You know, I don't get it. Shit, that don't mean every time you go out you got to be coupled up and all of that shit. Find some. Why? Oh, I can't. I just can't. You know, so I don't know. I felt some kind of way about what Simone was saying, because it's like, girl, you giving her all control over you. Who is this bitch that you're giving her that kind of time? With that said, they showed that Quad's going to get some background. Lisa Nicole's husband talking about some tax lien and this coming up. And exactly what I knew he was alluding to in this episode is going to happen. And y'all know at some point there was glasses and some type of dysfunction that went on between them, or whatever, altercation or whatever between Quad and Nicole. And like Nicole, I think you need to stay in your motherfucking lane. You know, Quad, I don't think you need to fuck with her at all. And Nicole, why are you keeping this shit going? But in a way, Quad, that's kind of keeping the shit going back and doing the same thing to her. And then having the guy say, you know, well, I can find out about this and this and that and other. Like, I really wanted you to kind of, in a way, be the bigger woman and just fuck her. Don't be bothered with the bitch. Especially when you know she's a thirst trap and this is her story. Don't give the bitch her story. Give that bitch a glass of water and send her on her thirsty way. You know, and it just keeps the stuff going. So anywho, y'all, that's my thoughts on it. Y'all leave y'all thoughts on how y'all feel about this whole get down between Quad and Nicole, Lisa Nicole, or whatever. My question would be, who do you feel like Lisa was right to do it? Or, you know, and did y'all happen to see how she changed her story? You know, with that bullshit, I can't. With that being said, I'm going to get a link to a blog post that Quad put up for y'all to read it. So I'm going to get that and put that below. And y'all just tell me y'all thoughts on that shit. It's okay. We agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? I like Quad. You ain't necessarily got to like her or whatever, but we can agree to disagree and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, I do want to know y'all point of view or how y'all feel about it. I'm up out of here before I have my 159th hot flash. They say sweating is good for your skin. I don't know. I know it clears your pores or whatever. Y'all, listen, I gotta share some shit with y'all. Okay. So I'm gonna do a video on it, but I got this shit that's like skin crack. And it's not even like what didn't I bring it in here, honey? Did I give it to you, baby? Did I give you my mitt? Damn, I dropped my damn paperwork. I'm sorry, y'all. I done dropped the shit. And now that I dropped it, y'all know I got to take it and rinse it off. I'll tell y'all about it, but it's like this mat thing, and you put your hand in it, and it's not the gloves, but you rub it over your skin. It is skin crack. And literally, like you get in the shower, and I'll put it in a video. Be looking for that, y'all. I'm out of here much.